actually, in Hong Kong, if you have been to the summit these few days, there are arguments. In Hong Kong, actually, there is not a formal definitions of social enterprise in Hong Kong. And like yesterday's afternoon, the government officials, Florence Hui, the people push the government. How come you don't give a formal and proper social enterprise definitions? But right now, the government still hesitate to give a formal definition of social enterprise because this involves a lot of interests. How to define is really difficult. So for us, at least we will say that there are two elements in a social enterprise, what we call the double bottom line. A social enterprise have two criteria. One is there must be a social mission to be claimed as a social enterprise, and also they got a business model. They use the marketing strategies to promote, to run the business. At least what we call as the double bottom line. That means they have to meet both the social mission and also the business mission. The business mission is, of course, have to make the business sustainable, at least sustainable, or making a little bit profit. And then also we have to say that if the social enterprise can make profit, the profit must be public to the business. The shareholders cannot get back all the profit. If the shareholders, if the social enterprise got profit and then the shareholders got back all the profit, it is not a social enterprise. At least we have a common agreement about this. What we define is a social enterprise. Whether social enterprise in Hong Kong is successful or is on the right track of development is still debatable questions. In Hong Kong, we have a research. Our chairman has done a research in 2007, and there is the successful rate is around 70%. That means 10 out of 7 can sustain the business at least for 3 years, because some we don't have a long history, so maybe just some enterprise just set up for a very short period of time, a few years only. So the success rate is 70%. And actually, if you are a business operator, in fact, the successful rate is quite high, because from the statistic, the business can survive. Actually, the survival rate is very low. It's less than 10%. That means every year, if there's 10 new business set up, only 10% or less than 10% can survive. So the social enterprise in Hong Kong, we have around 70% successful rate is quite high. But of course, we got a lot of subsidies from the government. That is a key point, right? We can get a seed money. We can some of the operating loss can be covered by also the government's fund. So that's no wonder we can have high successful rates. How to balance? Because I'm also an operator of social enterprise. I operate 5 social enterprise under our agency. My agency is Donghua Group of Hospital, Donghua Sanyuan. It's quite the largest charitable organizations in Hong Kong. From our agency, we have 14 social enterprise has been set up over the past few years, and I'm in charge 5 of the social enterprise. So I started running social enterprise since 2002. It's quite a long time ago. So also I have some, I have my own understanding and have my own ways of how to run social enterprise. From my point of view, it's very difficult because you have to both to fulfill the business mission and the social mission, and you have to fulfill the social mission. Actually, it has additional cost. You have to give additional cost. What's the social missions of social enterprise? It varies from different social enterprise. Because some of the social enterprise they operate because they want to hire like we hire a lot of people with disabilities. Some of the social enterprise, they just they want to for the environment, you know, they're doing the organic stuff. That is, they want to do more for the environment, environmental protection, and some of them they would like to serve those single parent family, and some of the social enterprise they work for those what was that, like the people, you know, come out from the prisoner or for the delinquent youth. It depends the agency, what's their mission, and then they because we have to have a social missions built in the social enterprise. Actually, we have to give additional costs to make this social mission working. Like for me, I hire a lot of the people with disabilities, like the mentally handicapped, the mentally ill person, the autistic, the visually impaired, that kind of people with disabilities. I have to hire an instructor, a trainer, to train them to be fit for the job. That is the additional cost. Like I operate a cafe, right? And if I operate a cafe as a normal businessman, they don't have to put a social worker or put a trainer to train the people to help to work as a cashier or as a waiter, right? Because it is not difficult. Then the normal people can do it easily, right? But for the people we serve, we have to hire a trainer to train them how to be a good waiter, how to use the cashier machine, or how to doing the chopping or cleansing work. It involves cost, right? So we always find that the social enterprise, at least in Hong Kong, have higher operating costs than those people or for those commercial firms doing the same business. High cost. Because out of the training costs we have to build in, and also the efficiency. We cannot do as efficient as those normal businessmen. And because of this additional cost we have to incur, the social enterprise in Hong Kong, not many of them can earn a lot of profit. Some just barely sustain. That means they have just balanced budget. But many of them, they have lose money. They have to be supported by like the funding from government, or they have to get funding support from other donation. That's the point. So in Hong Kong, the social enterprise, what they face, what's the challenge is very expensive rental in Hong Kong. It's difficult. We can give like we operate a bakery. If we operate a small bakery shop in the MTL, if you find that right, just 15 square feet, it costs you Hong Kong dollars is what do you say, 50,000 Hong Kong dollars just for 50 square feet. So if you do the calculation, you cannot find your business can be sustained because of the high rental. And then doing business is difficult. If you can really find an innovative business model, maybe it helps. Or if you just run just a normal business, like everywhere you can find a cafe, bakery, or the other business, just you can find a lot in the market, and then it's difficult to survive unless you find a business model which is a very innovative one. So we have the SE award, yes, the day before yesterday. The business, they get award, the SE award. The business models are more innovative than the usual one. How to make the product unique and the promotion is not easy because the product, we cannot do the product the same product as the presentation is not as good as those commercial ones. In fact, like the packaging, the design, the branding, the brand building is not our expert. So sometimes it's not that comparable with the commercial market. But of course, we think we have our advantages. Firstly, we can have our funding support as a seed money, as a startup. And secondly, because now more people become more conscious. They want to consume with meaning. That is what we call the consumer. They look for quality product. At the same time, they also want their money at a better value. Or they have a story, and then even they say they will pay a little bit more, they are willing to pay. So maybe that is the reasons that many the social enterprise can survive. Okay. That is